Welcome back to Hangzhou and beautiful Westlake. And these are the three pools mirroring the moon, the inspiration for the new World Tour Finals trophies. So after the mixed doubles, we turn our attention to women's singles now, and it is the Asia champion, Wang Zhi of China, who's had a terrific year on the World Tour, up against Busanan Ongbamrungphan, who's playing in her fourth end-of-year championships. Well, this is a Group A match, and of course it would have to be a Group A because Wang Zhi is the #1 seed. We've already had some matches in Group A, but we only have 3 players who played last year. That's Tunjun, An Se-young and Han Yue. And Han Yue and An Se-young, as you can see, are in Group B. 5 different players who played in the Olympic Games. So it's a strong discipline here in Hangzhou, the women's singles. So Wang Zhi, the #1 seed, up against the #6 seed, Busanan Ongbamrungphan from Thailand. I was telling you that for the Thai player, this is her 4th appearance at the end-of-year championships. Never got through to a semi-final, which of course is only for the top 2 in each of the 2 groups will qualify for the semi-finals on Saturday. Wang Zhi is making her debut at the end-of-year finale, the World Tour Finals. Players, incidentally, making their debut at the end-of-year championships in women's singles. Not only Wang Zhi, but also Aya Ohori, who will retire after this event, the Japanese left-hander. And also playing for the first time, Supanida Kaitong of Thailand. Well, this will be a 5th meeting between these 2 players, and of the previous 4, honours are shared, 2 wins apiece. But the last time they played was in the 2nd round of the Japan Open, and it was Busanan who won in Yokohama.
That side. Service.
So Wang Zhi has chosen ends and wants to start the far side of the court. Paul Buffon from England, our umpire for this one. Wang Zhi, the #1 seed. What a difference a year makes. A year ago, she was the 4th ranked women's singles player on the race to the World Tour Finals from China. Obviously this year, the first. 24 years of age from Shaanxi in Jingzhou, in Hubei province in central China. #2 on the world ranking, and it's her 4th consecutive week at her career high. So just to explain, if you find that a little confusing, World Tour rankings only take into account results from the World Tour, whereas World Ranking take into account all results, including the Olympic Games. 4th time that this young lady from Nonthaburi is competing in this event. 28 years of age, currently a couple of places down from her career high of 10. Finished the race to the World Tour Finals, #6 on the list, hence her #6 seeding for this particular event. Won the Canadian Open this year, did Busanan, and reached the final in Japan. So beating en route to that final in Yokohama, her opponent of today. As I was telling you, Paul Buffon from England is our umpire for this one, and Stephen Ong from Malaysia is the service judge. All twice been Asia champion as we look at Wang Zhi's coach, Roy Gang. Not only won gold in Ningbo earlier this year, the Chinese player, but also won gold 2 years ago when the Asia Championships were staged in Manila.
And was that when she beat An Se-yong in Manila?
In the semi-finals.
In the semi-final.
Yes, and then beat Yamaguchi in the final.
And on my left, Wang Zhi, China. Busanan Ongbamrungphan serve. Level. Play.
So it is Busanan Ongbamrungphan from Thailand getting this Group A encounter underway. Gosh, quick pace to this opening rally.
Yeah.
Just wide. But Steen, I want to ask you about Wang Zhi because I think that this year she's made a major breakthrough. She won her first World Tour title for over 4.5 years when she won the Indonesia Masters 500 event, beating Nozomi Okuhara in the final. Prior to that, it had been the US Open back in 2019 when she won as a qualifier. So to end up winning a total of 5 titles this year, 4 at World Tour level, plus being beaten in the final of the Korean Open. She wasn't beaten because she had to give a walkover. She was dehydrated and on a drip and in hospital. And couldn't compete. I mean, that is a staggering improvement.
Yeah, it is, and she's sort of like been what you call a sleeper, where you could obviously see that she had the talent in that Asia Championship win 2 years ago. Proved that, but the competition was also fierce, not to say the least. The fight to qualify for the Olympics and so on. And, yeah, there's some players, they've really made the most out of the post-Olympics, and she's one of them.
I agree.
Service over. 2-all.
And that in itself is interesting, isn't it, Steen? Because the 2 players ranked above her prior to the Olympics, of course, Chen Yufei, who was the defending Olympic champion going into Paris. He Bingjiao got to the final, promptly retired. Chen Yufei decided to take a break, went down to Australia to study for 3 months. So in a way, it's fascinating that Wang Zhi has stepped up to the plate, as it were, because some players may be intimidated by the fact I'm now the
responsibility,
the responsibility.
Focus. Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's expecting me to win now.
And that's also a statement to the talent chain that China has re-established, I should say, in women's singles. There's been some years. That's a pity. It went long. That was a nice deception from Busanan. There were some years where they were struggling a little bit, where Chen Yufei came to the rescue, and was it 16 she won the World Juniors or something like that, but quickly made a mark for herself on the World Tour. 19, I think she started winning the big tournaments.
5-3.
But it's good to hear that Chen Yufei is planning to come back. It's always sad when players that are still fairly young choose to retire after winning Olympics or World Championships.
Another good rally.
Oh, super.
That's wonderful disguise from Wang Zhi. Yeah, but I can understand why players do that. I mean, in Europe, we don't put so much pressure on youngsters. In China, the youngsters have to leave their home cities and go and train at the National Training Centre, and the training, I think, is fairly arduous and intense. You know, they've probably been doing it more years at the age of 27 than maybe even a 30-year-old in Europe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely certain that that's the case. With perhaps a few exceptions. I know that, for instance, Carolina Marin has practiced really, really hard, and she also had sort of motivational challenges after she won the Olympics in 2016. But now she's achieved a big goal and so on. But refound motivation. But apart from that, I think very, very few European players would consider retiring because after winning an Olympic gold, there's not that many European players that wins Olympic gold, so it's not a big deal. But that's where those players are trying to cash in on the efforts previously done in terms of sponsorships and endorsements.
Service over. 7-4.
I think it was a wrong choice of shot, that hold and flick from Busanan. Oh, that's a lovely block. That's what you call being comprehensively outmaneuvered. Busanan being pushed and pulled front and back, side to side.
Play.
Forced to take it late again.
9-4.
Want to mention also, Steen, the fact that the 4 Super 1000 events in the women's singles discipline have been won by 4 different players.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't recall who, but I trust you.
Anse Young in Malaysia.
In Malaysia, that's right.
Carolina Marin, the All England. Chen Yufei, Indonesia. And China, the lady on court.
Yeah, exactly.
Wang Zhi. And 4 different players winning the 6 Super 750s. and Se Young winning 3 of them.
And then 1 for each of the others. And recently, Wang Zhi also won Denmark Open. She looked a little bit tired in Kumamoto. And perhaps also in China Masters. And I was a little bit worried when I saw her strapping coming into this match here, but she looks in really good shape. At least so far. Good shot. Oi. Good retrieval by Busanan.
Nice drop too. Dismissed it. And that means that the #1 seed, Wang Zhi, goes to the mid-game interval with a 6-point advantage.
所以他整体的球呢，现在就明确一点，我吊完杀完，我首先先抓后场，再保护住往前就行，因为向前跑你快，但是向后慢，对不对？然后第二个就是注意他后场呢，就只有那一排头顶对角高球对你的威胁，其他的你想，我挑完我就抓你后场，你过不往上放个进网，让你跑，对不对？跑是你的球，知道吗？啊，自信一点，敢往前就是接吊杀，敢于给进网。 往前赶着搓球，挑给我，我给高球，至于抓后场。
11-5. Play.
So it's a comfortable lead as far as Wang Zhi is concerned, a 6-point advantage. As play resumes here in the opening game against Busanan Ongbamrungphan of Thailand. Just wide.
12-5.
Not by much, I suspect, but no challenge from Busanan. That rally illustrated a little bit the difference between the two players. Busanan was actually playing some very nice attacking clears, but failed to combine it with other shots. So how to get away from playing clear, how to proceed with the attack, that was the difficulty for the Thai player.
Service over. 6-12.
She's had a bit of a lull, I think, coming into these World Tour finals. Busanan, 3 first-round losses in the last 3 tournaments: Denmark, Kumamoto Masters and China Masters. Oh, that's a fabulous smash.
Service over. 13-6.
I think her last really good win was in the quarterfinal of the Japan Open, where she beat Io Hori in a nail-biting 3-game match. She might need to do that again because they're all in the same group here.
Yeah, indeed.
She's won other matches, but against opponents where she was relatively clear favorite since then, Busanan. I think she's wearing a back support. I think maybe she's done that for a while, but it's also a testament to the strain there is on the player's body.
Oh, good net shot. Brilliant.
Super.
Absolutely brilliant.
Service over. 7-14.
Really dictated the pace, didn't
Yeah.
she? Commanded the rally. I like to see that.
And that's the way, in a way, that I see it, the best possible way for Busanan to try and win this match is to make her physical strength count. Wang Zhi, super technical skills, but very delicate, and just as with Busanan's compatriot Wang, I sometimes feel that she's lacking a little bit of that raw power, Wang Zhi, which might hurt her a little bit here if the playing conditions are a bit to the slow side. But as long as she's using that technical skills to conduct the rallies, then she should be just fine.
8-14.
Forced to take it too low in the deep
15-8.
forehand corner, Busanan.
Yeah, that's a good spot for Wang Zhi. There's a little bit with the grip from Busanan. That's not her strongest corner when she's under pressure. Good shot.
That's a very good shot.
Service over. 9-15. Thank you. Nine 15.
Interesting phase here where I feel Wang Zhi is occasionally playing a little bit too short, and then Busanan can take over the initiative. Is it enough for Busanan to close the gap? Good length on that one. Beautiful. The moment she gets the right length on her shots, Wang Zhi, then Busanan is in quite a bit of problems.
Deceived by the flick serve.
Boy.
Yeah.
17-10.
so much touch in that shot from Wang Zhi. You could almost see she lifted it a little bit in order to get the top point of the curve on her side of the court. Short.
Oh, that's a fabulous shot.
Service over.
That's the second time she's been successful with that. I don't know if she opened her shoulders there or had them closed, but when you have the shoulders sort of parallel with the back line and you can hit that cross shot, then it's really, really difficult to read for the opponent. She did that in the first time she used it, Busanan.
I like that.
Yeah.
Clear. And that one. Oh, my goodness.
Oi.
Oh, in the end, I think Busanan was lucky to get away
She
with
was.
it.
She was.
She'd done everything right until the last couple of shots. And then was gifted the point by an error from her opponent.
Good clear.
Missed it. Well, well, well.
13-17.
She
All
looks,
of a sudden, it's believable again, isn't it?
Wang Zhi looks a little bit bewildered.
So did her coach,
Yeah.
Lui Gang.
So for Busanan, if she can get a really good clear to the forehand side of Wang Zhi, then there's some possibilities that good things can happen after that. There it is. Yep. Oi.
Service over. 18-13.
I felt she played the cross smash a little bit safer than the two other winners, in order to sort of like, now it's close, so I don't want to make a mistake on it. Previously she was far behind, so it had to be a winner. And if you hold back, then most likely you won't get it done.
But that's exactly what separates champions from contenders. They have the courage to go for that line again.
You have to play 100%, even when you feel that you are a little bit nervous. Boy, that's a beauty.
That's fantastic.
Service over. 14-18.
Good play. Yeah.
Big key there was addressing it early. Racket carriage from Wang Zhi coming from above the shuttle. You watch this. Look where her racket is. She could have played a push, hold a flick, chose to play the block. When you take it early, you've got options. Oh, she was going to leave that. Lovely block.
Service over.
Yeah, no wonder she's smiling. She enjoyed that one.
That's a shot she would have tried herself had she been in a similar position. Busanan. Look at that.
Six of the last eight points.
To Busanan.
To Busanan. 10-17 down.
Yeah.
This is good fighting spirit. I like to see this.
Second time she's missed one of those straight smashes there, Wang Zhi, and especially the first match of a round-robin system, because even if you are ending up losing the match, then if you can get a game, that might give you an advantage in the following rounds.
Yes, because it all counts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not just match wins within the group. Can come down just to points in won and lost within the games, within the matches.
Yeah.
That's gone long too. This is extraordinary.
18-19.
8 of the last 10 points to this lady. Who would have thought?
I think she's got to attack Wang Zhi, attack and then play 2 drop shots the same place.
Just wide.
Service over. 20, game point 18.
And the verbal celebration from Wang Zhi, an indication of how relieved she was that she won that point. 2 game point opportunities.
Oi, oi, oi.
Goodness, that went under the
Service over.
net.
19-20.
she couldn't understand it herself, and neither could Louis Gang.
Finds the line, and the opening game to the #1 seed, Wang Zhi of China. My goodness me, she was made to work hard in the end in that opening game, having looked to be cruising at 17-10 up. It all got very close indeed. 21-19 opening game in 26 minutes.
干嘛打死呢？我就连贯就完了，因为他已经没球打死人，他只有头顶对角这一块。对呀，你保持连贯，你球进去，往前有进网，你把它拉开，而且你推他头顶已经很成功，对不对？啊，我放个网，你上来，你挑我又压你头顶，我反推你头顶，包括推他正手也没问题，明白吗？
ใช่ป่ะเราวางแล้วโดนเขาผลักตรงนี้ใช่ไหมเราต้องบีบจังหวะที่เราซ้อมมาคือเราบีบเขาปุ๊บบีบแล้วเราเข้าเร็วเราบีบแล้วเราเข้าเร็วนั่นแหละจังหวะที่เราเตรียมมาเราเตรียมแบบกะว่าเขาจบให้เขาวิ่งแล้วจังหวะเวลาข้างหลังต้องฝืนตั้งแต่ชาติก็เหมือนที่พี่โดมบอกตลอดว่าอย่าไปยอมตัดก่อนต้องขึ้นกระโดดกระชากเราไม่ได้เอาตายเราต้องการสปีดเร็วเราไม่ได้นึกถึงตัวที่เราไม่ได้เอาตายเราต้องการบังคับ เขาไม่เร็วกว่าอาร์มเขาไม่หนักกว่าอาร์มนะเอาใหม่
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Plays to court. 1. Busanan. Busanan. Second game. 1. Love all. Play.
So here we go with the second game. Wang Zhi, nearest to us of China, having won a thrilling opening game, 21-18, when it looked at one stage that it was all rather one-sided.
1. Love.
Good rally. Oh, yes. Read the cross-court drop to Wang Zhi, and she was ready and waiting. 31 shots.
Good deception from Busanan the second time. That has worked.
Service over. 3-1.
You see that arm movement there from Busanan? It was like she's suggesting there's a little bit of sideways drift, right to left.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
Mm. That's lovely.
4-1.
Have you worked out the drift yet, Steve?
I think it's difficult. My initial thought is that Wang Zhi is playing with the drift at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I felt, and I certainly felt that. The reason I asked was because I thought that last clear from Busanan was woefully short.
Yeah. Yeah. Challenged here.
On the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 2-4.
Yeah, so I feel that the drift perhaps is preventing the players from the far side to get the correct length on. They need to give it a little bit extra in their shots, and it's not really being tricky to control the clears for the players on the near side here. We haven't seen that many shots going long of the far back line. Ooh, yeah.
Well, she's challenging again.
I think she has a better chance this time.
Still, I think the line judge got that right, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So no challenges left.
Remaining. 3-4.
Busanan has just got exemplified which kind of shot she should be making. More of those. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Play.
Oi. That was the wrong line this time.
Service over.
She hit.
5-3.
I sometimes feel that Busanan tries to overpush. When she's in balance and she goes for these lines, I think it's wonderful. But I think at times she gets a little frustrated that she isn't winning the rally or commanding the rally more. And goes for a winner when she really isn't on balance. That's a nice shot for Wang Zhi.
6-3. Service over. 4-6.
Good shot.
Service over.
That's a corner that she hasn't really
7-4.
played to the extent that I would like to see her play at Wang Zhi. This was the first drop shot that worked, but had Busanan gotten it back, then playing it one more time, that would have been very, very efficient, I suspect. That was the good cross again.
Service over. 5-7.
Oh, it's just wide. Well, she's challenging. I don't think she'll win that challenge.
Called out.
I saw it as a fraction wide. But it was a long, grueling rally, wasn't it?
It was. And Wang Zhi, she was also waving her left hand, but she had no challenges left, so she was lucky it was called out.
Challenge
Indeed,
unsuccessful.
it wide by a whisker.
One challenge remaining. Service over. 8-5. Play. White court, please. Thank you.
Oh,
what
that's
a
a beauty.
What a backhand.
Service over. 6-9. Ready.
Didn't miss by
Service
much.
over. 10-6.
Yeah. So to the mid-game interval, and it's a 5-point advantage in favour of Wang Zhi.
控制好以后呢，你主要就是后场打
Having already won the
这一
open
下的
game.
节奏。因为他什么呢？他顶你后场以后，他有机会才打你，而且你没发现吗？跟他打起来基本没有完全技术对不对？就是中后场。那好，他杀直线我要勾，让他跑，然后往前让我要推对角注意啊，特别正手直线这个完全没必要。他劈对角杀对角，我就打，让他跑最远的距离，知道吗？你看你推对角，球是斜的，他容易输，但你可以直线。
20
ไม่
seconds.
ต้องเพียงเหมือนตอนเซตแรกอะที่ไล่อย่างนั้นคือฟิลอารมณ์สปีดมันต้องคืออย่างนั้นปุ๊บเฮ้ยที่ทำไมถึงไล่เพราะสปีดเราไม่ได้เป็นรองเราตีแล้วเราไม่เป็นรองนะทำไม
11-6. Play.
So a game and 11-6 up Wang Zhi of China against Busanan Ongbamrungphan.
Service over. 7-11.
Oh, that's well left.
Service over. 12.
That's made me rethink the drift there, Steen.
Yeah, it's difficult. It looks like she's giving it a lot of power, but there was one other shot that went long there near the Hangzhou sign. So that could also be why that they're playing a little bit short, the players on the far side, that they're simply afraid of putting it long.
13-7.
Well, there's only been 4 players from China, Steen, who have won the end of the year finale since the inception of the Super Series and World Tour finals. China's players winning the women's singles, which seems extraordinary to me, given the strength in depth that they had for so many.
Super Series was 2007.
Exactly.
So from 7 to 14, they were quite dominant.
Yeah.
And then Chen Yufei has won here with the World Tour finals, hasn't she?
Yeah, she was in fact the last one to win, beating Tai Su Ying in the final. Last time a Chinese player was in the final when Chen Yufei won in 2019.
Service over. 8-13. Busanan.
That's nice.
Service over. 14.
It's a little bit strange because I sit with the feeling that even though Wang Zhi has the first game and is up 14-8 in the second, it's still a little bit inconsistent from what I've expected. So I wouldn't deem her to be at her absolute peak. I think Han Yue actually was more consistent in her win earlier today.
Yeah, she beat Yamaguchi, didn't she?
Yeah.
2-time former winner, Yamaguchi. Lovely drop shot.
Oi.
Super. And doesn't that sort of exemplify Busanan's style of play? She has to rely on outmaneuvering her opponent with beautiful drops, tight net shots, because she doesn't have the same sort of repertoire of winners that some of the top players have.
I agree. Basically only the cross-court smash that we've seen efficient, and maybe the steep straight smash, but not a consistent winner. And I was just thinking about it in that rally there, both players basically lack this a little bit more brutal smash or winning two-shot combination.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-9.
So looks like this group here is wide open with Ohori's win earlier today over Tunjung. That was also a little bit surprising in my opinion.
2 straight games, yeah. But poor old Tunjung has struggled since immediately after the Olympics. She got chickenpox and ended up in hospital for a week. And I think she's struggled since.
Yeah. Had back problems. That's a pity she's out of challenges.
10-15.
Didn't you think that was quite close?
I thought it was very close. She'd lost both of her challenges in this second game by 7 points in, hadn't she? Or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, that was Ratchenok style.
Oh, that is sensational.
11-15.
What a shot. Take a look at this. Watch how late she takes it, and yet with a little flick of the racket head, just turns that across court.
Yeah.
What a wonderful shot. That shut me up, hasn't it, about saying she hasn't got the winners?
Yeah, but it's if you're going to play it take it that late, then it's risky.
It's a desperation shot in all reality, isn't it? Nice.
I don't like the play there from Wang Zhi. Just play the block net shot there instead of lifting it to the back court. Get Busanan to run between the front court and the back court. She's definitely got the technical skills to conduct those shots at Wang Zhi. That one just played it back.
Thank you.
Well, it's following a similar sort of pattern to the opening game,
Yeah, it
isn't
is.
Where Wang Zhi raced to a big lead, and then this lady Busanan started to close it down.
Service over. 16-12.
That's, I was going to say that's a nice shot because I like the idea there. Just didn't give it enough push through.
But again, thinking further in the tournament, I think Wang Zhi is struggling scoring her points.
Because of the slower playing conditions?
Yes, I think so.
Or is there a lack of form? Or I can see there's some strapping on her left leg.
Yeah, and left knee. That's not a good sign. So I think it's perhaps a little bit of both.
Oh,
Oi,
my
oi, oi.
goodness.
She's going to get to it.
Well, she did a full pirouette as she lunged at the net and then ran to the back of the court. Not sure if we'll see that again. It was quite extraordinary. Here we are. Look at that.
Yeah. And she was moving immediately. She didn't even look up.
Short. Look how short that was, Steve.
19-12.
2 points away from the win as far as Wang Zhi is concerned.
Service over, 13-19.
Drifts long with the back line, and it is match point opportunities for Wang Zhi. 7 of them, to be precise. Oh, that's a beauty. Oh, she's challenging.
Busanan Ongbamrungphan challenges, called in.
Second time in 2 matches so far on court 1 here this evening on the second session that a challenge has been called at match point down. And I once again think the line judge got it right. Oh, we haven't had those little bugs before on the... Oh, no, she was right.
Correction.
Good
Out.
challenge.
Service over, 14-20.
She actually didn't look like she was believing it herself.
Play.
So still another 6 match point opportunities for Wang Zhi. That's going wide. Second time of asking. The challenge just delayed the outcome by an extra rally. 21-18, 21-14, and the #1 seed in the women's singles, Wang Zhi, off to a very good start, winning her match against Busanan Ongbamrungphan in 2 straight games. 55 minutes for the victory.
21-19, 21-14.
This is the final rally. And the attempted cross-court lift, well, it was nowhere near the back of the court. It must have got deflected, I suspect, by the neck cord, or it was a mishit. So always nice to get the first match in a group competition underway, and start with a victory. 21-19, 21-14, the match clock being rounded up to 56 minutes. The victory for Wang Zhi. Well, coming up next is women's doubles, and it's the #2 seeds, Iwanaga and Nakanishi of Japan, up against the Olympic champions, Chen Qingchen and Zhao Yifan. Welcome back to Hangzhou, the capital and most populous city here in Zhejiang province. 12 million live in this city, and that is where we're based all week.